Good morning, my name is Carolina Vázquez. My student number is A00824697, and today I will be answering to the following question. Please explain why the Arrhenius model, when applied to the enzyme catalyzed reactions, the resulting plot K versus TK shows a bell-shaped behavior instead of an exponential plot as expected by the mathematical formula. When analyzing the Arrhenius equation, we realize that usually this mathematical expression describes an exponential growth. Nevertheless, when we take this equation into the enzymatic world, we see some anomalies on the behavior of the graphs. This is due to the composition and behavior of enzymes, their activation energy, and their optimal temperature. A barrier exists for almost all chemical reactions. Therefore, as the temperature increases, the rate of all reactions increase. This has little to do with the molecules moving faster and colliding more often, but it has everything to do with the molecules having more energy and making it over the barrier along the reaction coordinate. Referring to enzymatic behavior, enzymes have specific characteristics. They work on specific temperatures and need a certain amount of energy to begin their catalytic reactions. This energy, as I mentioned, is called the activation energy, and it also depends on the temperature that the enzyme is being submitted to. Enzymes are proteic molecules, and if they absorb too much energy, their tertiary structure can break, also only working on specific temperatures, and they work their best at their optimal temperature. Once they reach this point, they have two options: going back to the valley where they can repeat their process to go to the activation energy, or if the temperature surpasses their optimal limit temperature, they can denature, as I mentioned before, with their tertiary structure. This is why we cannot assume that the behavior of an enzyme works specifically as exponential. Since they have several factors that we have to take into consideration, it is more than just a mathematical equation, but it is an equation that describes the process of living organisms. This is why when we increase the temperature, the expected increase in the collision between the enzyme and the substrate is affected by the increase of velocity of the denature of the enzyme, which is why we see the peak in temperature in a KT versus T graph.